Hello Aquarius, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot of Mystical Moments by Katrine Wells Stein. There's a website for them. Where is it? usgamesinc.com. Okay, if I hold it with both hands, can we not shake? There we go. Hopefully. Alright, so if you're interested in that information, enjoy. Supportive Oracle cards, Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lizbeth. They're their full names, but there is websites for them. Alright, here we go. SheWhoIsArt.com is one of them. There's a couple more in there too, so if you want to freeze frame there and search out any of that information, feel free to do so. Okay. Aquarius, alright, we're here, Aquarius. I had like a face down card fall out. Okay. While I was shuffling, I really want to know what it is, but I don't think it's, alright, I'm going to pull it. Ooh, you got the Ten of Cups hidden. Time to make choices that are good for you. Time to make choices that are good for you. Quietly keeping boundaries. Quietly keeping boundaries. Okay. Now, you deal well with air. You're an air sign. Aquarius is an air sign. There's this Page of Swords, and I feel like we got something going on with them. They're causing problems. Ooh. This is face down. I don't think it's good. I think it's upside down too, but we need to kind of, which I feel like this is face down. Somebody around you, they got a lot of chatty chat. They're chatty. They're causing problems. They're acting like they're not, but they are, and you know it. You know it. That's the thing with Aquarius. Communication is your thing. You know how that works. You're very good, talking about one subject to get information on a different subject without people even realizing. Like you could ask people what type of food they like or what restaurants they've been to, and they're telling you about what restaurant they've been to, but they're also telling you about where they were and when they were. And you could be like, oh, so if you were there at Tuesday night at 4 o'clock. That means you couldn't have been over here. Okay. So it's kind of like you're getting information people don't know you're getting. The point is, you know how to use communication to your benefit, to get information without people realizing you're getting information. If you want to manipulate something, that's totally in your realm if you decide you want to do that. It's the intelligence of Aquarius. You can do it if you decide you want to do it. Thing is, somebody here is playing games. They're playing head games, and you know it. And you're like, oh, listen. I know what you're doing. I feel like you're kind of like, yeah, I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling anybody. Well, they're not fooling you. They may be fooling everybody else, but they're not fooling you. That might be how that's going. Now, when I'm looking at this from the Aquarius standpoint, I'm partially amused. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why I'm partially amused. Either it's how it happened, or maybe certain people got their just desserts. I don't know. It's a general read, but I'm feeling when I'm looking in on this, I'm like, well, I'm a little amused. Like, certain people got what they deserved. But I'm also at the same time like, let's not get out of control with this. Maybe we need to kind of wrap this up. Because you got manifestation on your side. Like, how much farther are you going to let this go? You might let this go a little farther. You're going to decide what you think is right. But it's only going to go so much farther. And then I think you're going to block it. You're causing a block. Oh. Oh, this is fun. What's going on with that? You're causing a block. You're shutting it down. But I don't think I'm confronting anybody. I feel like I'm just shutting it down. It's kind of like, how do I explain this? It's almost like if somebody's using an intercom system, I'm just turning off the intercom so they can't use it. That's it. Like if that's how people are causing problems with the intercom system, just for argument's sake, I'm just turning it off. Can't do that now, can you? Yes, you can't. You're causing a block. I kind of am amused by this. And then I'm kind of like, all right, I'm going to cause this block. I'm going to stop this. This person's not going to... Whatever they're doing, I'm just not allowing them to do it anymore. I'm just taking away their means of doing it. So if they're literally bothering a certain person, I'm removing that person from the situation. I'm just moving them into a different spot. If they're using technology, I'm shutting down that technology, or I'm somehow just inhibiting that technology so they can't do it anymore. I'm creating a block. I feel like you're creating a block. Whatever it is, I'm blocking it. Even if it's to the point where I have to go to the person that they're bothering. For example, maybe it's social media, and I'm convincing that person, how about we just take a month off from social media? I'll do this for you. I'll keep an eye on things. If something big comes up, I'll let you know. That way you don't have to go on there. You don't have to worry about it. If there's some pictures of people you want to see, I'll show them to you on my thing. Or I'll email it to you so you can see them. So that way social media doesn't have to be a problem for you. You are causing a block. And it's very, very effective. We want to be careful it's not just a quick minute. For example, if you're shutting something down, we don't want to just shut down the intercom for one day. We don't want to move something away for just one day. We want to make it like a month. Like a month. We want to make this a longer, at least a month. At least a month. That's what I would get. Because whatever the problem is, it's kind of waiting for its moment to come back in. Because when you're causing this block, then it's time to reconstruct the situation. So it's almost like I'm blocking the problem, shutting it right down, boom. While that's happening though, literally you're getting the empowerment card, you're teaching somebody else how to handle this better. Kind of like, okay, oh, so so-and-so can't do that anymore. Well, that's interesting. Anyway. Oh, they seem to be blocked. Oh, that's odd. Oh, who knew? Things happen. While they're not able to bother you for whatever reason, which is fine. We don't need to talk about that. How about we think about what this person is doing to bother you and what maybe you can do to not be controlled by them. Because I feel like you're educating somebody. I know somebody's messing with you. I know somebody's giving you a hard time. Here, let's talk about this. Let's talk about what they're doing. Let's talk about different ways you could handle that so they can't manipulate you like that. Did you realize they were manipulating you? Because I think they're manipulating you. Here's ways we can handle it. Here's a different way. Like, for example, for me, I'm a big fan of Paul McKenna. There's a book, I Can Mend Your Broken Heart. It's geared towards romantic relationships, but it works for all different relationships, in my opinion. You're taking like stuff like that and saying, listen, instead of letting this person mess with you, especially now since you have a break from them, how about we just find ways for you not to be bothered when they do come back? To you to be empowered. Like, you're empowering somebody else with this empowerment card. And you're trying to teach them like long-term ways to not let somebody else mess with them. Which might be convincing this person to stop befriending somebody. Because it could be like a weird friendship, frenemies, and kind of like showing this person like, hey, that's not a friend you really need. Maybe you should, since you can't be around them for a little while anyway, maybe you would do better to not be around them at all, or just not befriend them at all. You're giving them a lot to think about with the Hermit card. I don't see them staying out of the situation permanently, but you're giving them a lot more to think about. Kind of like, when this person talks to them, maybe that's not in their best interest. You might be taking something apart. You're helping somebody learn boundaries. You're teaching boundaries. That was face down too. It's like I'm not expecting to do this, but like it's kind of like what's going to happen. You're going to teach somebody to have better boundaries. Because that block is not permanent. The Two of Swords, at least when I read the Two of Swords, it's not a permanent block. So that block will be lifted at some point. If the proper boundaries are in place when that block is lifted, it's kind of like, there's a dam in the river, but it's going to be lifted. That dam is going to be removed. When that dam is removed, if we have a nice, irrigation wall over here to where, I don't even know if that's the right term for that, so that the water is kind of corralled over to the side instead of right into the middle of the field, then we don't have to worry about it as much. We're creating that boundary. I feel like this is solving a lot of things. It's also kind of like, I don't want the person who's playing these little games, whoever this person is, I don't want them to know that I see that they're doing. I don't want them to know that. So I'm playing this very conveniently quiet, because I want to know what else this person is up to. And if they know I'm watching, it just makes it that much more of a hubbub to find out. I don't want that. I want to just solve it. I want to I don't want them to know. It's easier for me to solve this. I have a lot of other situations going on anyway, is what I'm feeling. So if they don't know I'm aware of them, they're going to slip up a lot easier. I'll see it a lot easier. It's a lot less BS I have to deal with. I don't want them hiding from me. They seem to think that I don't see them anyway. So let's see how deep they go. Because if it's completely exposed, I can see how bad they really are. And that's what I want. I think that's why I really don't want them to know that I see them, because I want to know how bad it really is with them. And they're not going to be hiding from me. I'm going to see the truth. I'm going to see the raw truth about what's going on. That's why I don't want them hiding. I want to know the raw truth about what's going on there. You'll get your outcome. You will find out the raw truth of this. And you'll do what you need to with it. I feel like this is going to move on quite easily. When you find what you want to find from it, the truth from this person, I'm getting well-being, the Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Cups face down. Like, I feel like I don't think this energy is really that bad, because I'm not getting like really negative cards. But I also feel like I'm then repositioning this person, and I'm keeping an eye on them, and I'm making sure the ridiculousness they're doing is working to my favor and not causing problems where I don't want problems. I feel like I'm keeping this person around, kind of like, all right, they're a little bit amusing to me. I'm kind of amused by them. I just need to make sure I keep an eye on them so they don't get out of control. But I like them. I feel like you like them. I don't know. I feel like you do. I don't. But then again, it's a general read, and what I'm getting, they didn't do anything that bad. I keep getting you're amused by them. So it's like, I'll keep them close. I'll just make sure I keep them under control. That's fine. Well-being, you keep this situation under control. You're kind of like the regulator. Kind of, because, not for nothing, whatever they're doing, you're like, yeah, I can make that. They're fourth grade, you're graduate school when it comes to this game. Like, they're fourth to fifth grade. You know, they can write a couple good sentences. They can write a short story. But you're graduate. You're way beyond them on this. Like, if you want to, you know what to do. You can see what they're doing. They're not that slippery. They're not that sly. They might think they are, but they're not. I mean, they are the page for nothing. It's the page. You know, you're like the king. They're the page. Come on. How much can they really do? I mean, you know. Anything else with this? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.